Hey guys, what's up? As you can see, I've still got Shieldy here, shielding me. And, yeah, I guess there's no reason to do too much explaining. Yes, it's another commentary. Yes, this time it's for Captain America, the Winter Soldier. What else do you want from me, right? So, I think I've bored you guys enough. Let's just go watch the movie and, yeah, you know the drill by now. After what, like 8 movies? By the way, 8 down, 9 to go. After this, it'll be 9 down, 8 to go. So, now I've kind of got a little bit of a head start. It's about 4 seconds in, but you can probably adjust this if you're watching this on. I don't know what I'm saying. Sorry. Play. How awesome is that logo again? I mean, come on. Just look at it. It's a logo. Finally, we get to see that logo. I've been waiting for this logo to start showing up. And of course, you know, Marvel Studios, not Marvel Comics. And obviously, again, no Paramount logo in sight. Oh, and I mean, seriously, the most important part in a sequel is how do you begin it, right? How do you open the sequel after the original? And this scene of the running around the reflecting pool is just, I mean, it's just awesome. and Steve just whizzing by. I mean, it just shows you how. Shows you just how awesome Captain America is. Even in the most mundane of tasks of just, you know, morning jogs.
I need a new set of lungs. You just ran like 13 miles in 30 minutes. Guess I got a late start. Really? You should be.
I once walked 13 miles. It took me half an hour. 2 hours. Sorry.
I assume you just took
2 or 3.
58 pararescue. Now I'm working down at the VA. Sam Wilson. Steve Rogers. I gotta put that together. Must have freaked you out coming home after the whole defrosting thing.
Takes some getting used to.
Yep.
Good to meet you, son.
It's your bed, right?
What's that?
Your bed. It's soft. When I was over there, I sleep on the ground and use rocks for pillows like a caveman. Now I'm
Yeah, I remember those days.
lying in my bed and it's like,
Lying on a marshmallow.
Yeah.
Feel like I'm gonna sink right to the floor.
Something like that.
How long?
2 tours. You must miss the good old days, huh?
Ah. Things aren't so bad. Food's a lot better. We used to boil everything. No polio's good. Internet. Soho. Been reading that a lot, trying to catch up.
And that's how
Marvin
you
Gaye.
said a Captain America in modern day. That's brilliant. The Russo brothers nailed that part. They nailed everything about this movie. And by the way, this list changes with every country this movie has been played in. There's a different list for London, for Great Britain. There's a different list for Australia. There's a bunch of different lists.
Look awesome in front of the girl at the front desk. Just let me know.
I'll keep it in mind.
And this.
Hey, fellas. Either one of you know where the Smithsonian is? I'm here to pick up a fossil.
What a great way to reintroduce this character into this movie, right?
How you doing?
Hey.
Hey.
Can't run everywhere.
No, you can't.
Not really a big fan of what she did to her hair in this movie, but that's just me, I guess.
Satellite launch platform.
There he is,
Setting up their last payload.
Frank Grillo as Brock Rumble. Probably sounds like random names, but not for the people who know what these names mean.
I'm sure they have a good reason.
I'm getting tired of furious janitor.
Relax. It's not that complicated.
How many pirates?
25. Top mercs led by this guy, George Batroc.
I mean, seriously. They just took one of the lamest characters in the comics and made him a badass. That's how good this movie is.
Hostages?
Mostly techs. One officer, Jasper Sitwell.
Him, of course.
Sitwell doing on a launch ship. Alright, I'm gonna sweep the deck and find Batroc. Matt, you kill the engine and wait for instructions. Rumlow, you sweep that, find the hostages.
Captain America just gave an order to kill, by the way, in case you missed it. Okay, I'm gonna take the volume down a bit.
Well, all the guys from my barbershop quartet are dead.
Even the humor is great.
That's why I don't ask.
Too shy or too scared? Too busy! I'm Captain America! What do you think? No, he was not. Captain America needs no parachute! Especially not when he's diving into water, I guess. And the score's pretty good, too. I guess. Actually, come to think of it, it's very good. I love that they gave him a brand new suit with a brand new shield. Kind of like a stealth suit. It's awesome. I mean, he's got different suits to different missions. And it looks pretty good too. And it's very comic book accurate, by the way. Oh my god. I mean, this Captain America knows how to fight! And I mean, just push-kicked him off the freaking boat. Look at this! The fight choreography in this movie is amazing! Wow, I really am just losing my mind over the really most mundane stuff, but this just shows you how great of a movie this is. I mean, the Russo brothers, who just came in from obscurity, just nailing their first big comic book movie, and it's a Captain America movie. I kind of feel out of place with the red, white, and blue shield. Whoosh! I love this movie so much. I mean, and that's just the opening sequence, minus the running. Oh, am I? Oh no, you don't. What took you so long? Whee!
What about the nurse who lives across the hall from you? She seems kind of nice.
Secure the engine room, then find me a date.
And I love that they're actually taking the time to have these kind of domestic conversations. Because this mission is so... It's just, another day in the office for them. It's casual. Hey, they didn't say anything. I mean... Captain America is awesome. There he is. George St. Pierre. What a great casting. The cast, is he a UFC fighter? Sorry, you're gonna have to forgive me. I have no idea in this area. But, I mean, you cast a fighter as an athletic, super gymnast, supervillain. Brilliant casting. I hate this stupid language. There, I upset everybody in France. Zeep! sure you killed him, you know. You zapped him in the forehead. That's brain death. Instantly. This guy was in Batman v Superman, by the way. And you probably couldn't tell. Played, you know, the guy that works for Luthor. And, you know, the guy who wants to burn, who threatens to burn, Superman's mother, late in the movie. Everybody's in position. I love this. I mean, yeah, she's just casually taking guys out. He's barely even breaking a sweat. Again, the fight choreography is incredible. That was awesome. And but. Of course, later in the movie, we learn why Sidwell was on that boat in the first place. With terrorists. Hello? Patron? Boom! Now, of course, his name in the comics is Batroc the Leaper. As in, leap, 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 leap. So naturally, the strongest part of his body is his legs, which is why in the movie that he uses his legs to perfection. Whee! And I love this scene between these two guys. Because the thing about Georges St. Pierre is that, by all accounts, he's a great fighter, as you can see. Not really the best actor. So you kind of focus on his strength, which is his fighting skills. And don't really give him much acting to do. That was Krav Maga, by the way. Oh yeah? Still don't get why he had to take off his helmet, but whatever. I mean, it's definitely not to make this a fair fight, because he is fighting an enhanced human, so it can never be fair. Ow! Splat! And splat! Oof!
Oh, this is awkward.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Backing up the hard drive. It's a good habit to get into.
Rumlow needed your help. What the hell are you doing here? You're saving Shield Intel.
Whatever I can get my hands on.
Our mission is to rescue hostages.
No, that's your mission. And you tell me to sleep.
Everybody's got his own mission.
I think that's overstating things.
What?
That one's on me.
No. Technically, he knocked him out and then forgot to look after him after that, so technically it's on him. I wonder if they actually caught him eventually. And oh look! The Triskelion! I guess the helicarrier was too badly damaged after the Battle of New York. So they decided to move everyone there.
You can't stop yourself from lying, can you?
But just saying.
I sent the greatest soldier in history to make sure that soldiers trust each other. That's what makes it an army. Not a bunch of guys running around shooting guns. Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye.
And maybe we'll see how that happened in Captain Marvel.
Doing anything you weren't comfortable with. Agent Romanoff is comfortable with everything. I can't be efficient.
That wasn't me.
Ambitions of control, compartmentalization.
Great word.
Nobody spills the secrets because nobody knows them all.
Great plan. Well, big problem is Captain America is not used to
I do shit.
operating like this.
I'm nice like that.
He's used to a very specific,
Director Override, Fury, Nicholas J.
you know,
You know, they used to be music.
thing.
Yeah. My grandfather operated one of these things for 40 years. My granddad worked in a nice building, got good tips. He'd walk home every night, a roll of one stuffed in his lunch bag. He'd say hi. People would say hi back. Time went on, neighborhood got rougher. He'd say hi, they say keep on stepping. Granddad got the grip of that lunch bag a little tighter. You ever get mugged? Every week some punk would say, what's in the bag? What would he do? He'd show him. A bunch of crumpled ones and a loaded 22 Magnum. Granddad loved people, but he didn't trust them very much.
Another great scene. And all it is just two people in an elevator talking.
They're a little bit bigger than a 22.
We don't need to have it pack every scene with heavy action or complicated stunts. Just this.
This is Project Insight. 3 next-generation helicarriers synced to a network of targeting satellites. Launch the Lemurian Star. Once we get them in the air, they never need to come
Oh
down.
yeah, the Lemurian Star.
Continuous suborbital flight, courtesy
Lemuria is an underwater city filled with
I have a few suggestions.
people who were genetically enhanced by aliens. Just
Long-range precision guns.
dropping a little negative information every once in a while.
The satellites can read a terrorist DNA before it steps outside its spider hole.
Eh,
Neutralize a lot of threats before they even happen. That's the punishment usually came
like
out.
Minority Report.
Can't afford to wait that long. Sweet. After New York, I convinced the World Security Council we needed a quantum surge in threat analysis.
You convinced them.
For once, we're way ahead of the curve. By holding a gun to everyone on Earth, you're calling it protection.
Yep.
You know, I read those SSR files. Greatest Generation? You guys did some nasty stuff. Yeah. We compromised. Sometimes in ways that made us not sleep so well. But we did it so that people could be free. This isn't freedom. This is fear.
Could not agree more.
As it is, not as we'd like it to be. It's getting damn near past time for you to get with that program, Cap. Don't hold your breath.
You said it. I don't know about you guys. I agree with Cap on this one. I think that's the Smithsonian. I've never been there, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's in Washington D.C. Come back, Cap.
Symbol to the nation.
Oh,
A hero.
this guy is still president.
The story of Captain America is one of honor, bravery, and
And I mean, the guy goes to look himself up in a museum. I mean, just that's the photo from the previous movie.
in the annals of American warfare. One that would transform him into the world's first super soldier.
the motorcycle, which I believe he blew up when he ran it into a wall.
Commandos quickly earn their stripes,
The Howling Commandos, obviously.
taking down Hydra, the Nazi rogue science division. Best
Fucky.
friends since childhood.
And the narration explains everything he's looking at while he's looking at it. That's
Schoolyard and
brilliant editing. That's...
Barnes,
Oh, this movie's so good.
commando to give his life in service of
I believe that's new footage. Or maybe it's just some stuff from the first movie that was left on the cutting room floor. My love.
He fought his way through a Hydra blockade.
And I love that they actually set it up as though it really it looks like, you know,
He saved over
a
1,000.
documentary of people who actually fought in the war.
He would become my husband, as it turned out.
It was...
Even after he died, Steve was still changing my life.
You should be proud of yourself.
This movie's brilliant. From the editing to the way it sets things up. By the way, all that makeup
My only regret is that you didn't get to
the,
do yours.
is not makeup at all. It's all completely 100% CGI. Her face and her hands, even her hair, CGI, everything. You can tell it because, you know, Haley Atwell will never be. Well, she never ages. She's gonna stay beautiful forever, right?
Always so dramatic. Look, you saved the world. We rather mucked it up.
You didn't. Knowing you helped found Shield has to be a nice day.
The world has changed. None of us can go back. All we can do is our best. And sometimes the best that we can do is to start over. You're alive. You can. It's been so long. So long.
Well, I couldn't be my best friend. Now Shield's leaving. Your office.
Sorry about that. Oy. Just gets me every time.
Open the Marion Star satellite lock file.
Access denied.
Run decryption.
Decryption failed.
Huh?
Director override. Fury. Nicholas J.
That's Nicholas Jacob Fury, by the way.
All files sealed.
Or is it Joseph?
Fury, Nicholas
Oh.
Jail.
No, Jacob Fury is his brother. That's a whole different story.
World Security Council.
If Nick Fury thinks he can get us costume thugs and strike commandos to mop up his mess, he's sadly mistaken.
This failure is unacceptable.
Finally, we actually can see these guys.
From my country's sovereign waters, it's a bit more than that. I move for immediate
We
hearing.
don't need hearings, we need action. It's this council's duty to oversee S.H.I.E.L.D.
Breach like this raises serious questions. Like how the hell did a French pirate manage to hijack a covert Shield vessel in broad daylight? For the record, Councilman.
Someone helped him?
I can draw a map.
I mean,
I appreciate your wit.
oh, this guy was on Once Upon a Time once.
Things like international piracy.
I hated his character, but his character was pretty despicable, so you're kind of supposed to hate him.
I care about the fleet.
And explain to me exactly why do these holograms need chairs? I mean, seriously,
On the playing field.
whose idea was that?
Maybe we need someone to oversee us, Secretary. You'll
I mean, we actually got to the point where comic book movies can have someone on the caliber of Robert effing Redford. I mean, seriously. One of the greatest actors who ever lived is in a comic book movie. This just shows you how much comic book movies have evolved. Seriously. It's Robert Redford and Samuel L. Jackson in the same... It's mind-blowing.
You gotta get Iron Man to stop by my niece's birthday party.
I can't believe they made him say that. Well, he's still making the rounds.
That much junk. I swear it's a missing plastic bag. I thought it was an IED.
Some stuff you leave there. Other stuff you bring back. It's our job to figure out how to carry it. Is it going to be in a big suitcase or in a little man purse? It's up to you. Look who it is.
The Running Man.
The last few minutes. It's pretty intense. Yeah, brother. We all got the same problems. Guilty.
I don't know how Marvel keeps doing this, but they keep mailing the actors.
My wingman. Right.
And Anthony Mackie's
Standard DJ rescue op.
hypnotic. That's the word I was looking for.
It's an RPG, not Rowley's dummy.
You just can't take your eyes off him when he's talking.
Nothing I can do. It's like I was up there just to watch.
I can't believe that I actually have friends. I
Had a really hard time.
I talked to them about these movies, and they're saying, "Oh, well, the acting's terrible. The acting's garbage." What movie are you watching, man?
The number of people giving me orders is down to about 0. So hell yeah.
I mean, it's all subjective, sure, but come on. Just look at these people.
To be honest, I don't know what I would do with myself if I did.
Case in point, Chris Evans.
Alternate fighting? It's just a great idea off the top of my head. Seriously, you could do whatever you want to do.
You don't have to be a soldier the whole way through. I love that, Captain America just doesn't know what else to do except be a soldier. So that's the only thing he chooses to do.
Shadow conditions.
4 hours.
You have 3. Over.
I always love those. I'm going to need 24 hours. You've got 10 minutes. Okay. Of course, Chevy commercial.
Want to see my lease?
By the way, perfect car chase scene. As far as, car chase scenes go, this one's just unbelievably good. And the car chase scene is not even the best part of this scene, let alone the entire movie. That's just, again, how great of a job the Russo brothers did in this movie. It's a battering ram!
Integrity compromised.
How long's the proposal?
Calculating. Window integrity 31%. Deploying countermeasures.
Hold that order.
Window integrity 19%.
19%.
Okay.
Offensive measures advised. Window integrity, 1%.
This car's got everything! That's a spy car, man! All due respect to James Bond, but that's a spy car! And it's driving itself while he's shooting. Ah.
Flight systems damaged.
I'm driving, man! Cause I'm Samuel Jackson!
Communications array damaged.
How?
Air conditioning is fully operational.
Well, thank God!
Traffic ahead. Traffic alert on Roosevelt Bridge. All vehicles stopped. 17th Avenue clear in 3 blocks. Directly ahead.
Although, I gotta say, it doesn't fly. Clever plan. And somehow they missed that big ass window that's been recently broken. This movie does so many things that you just don't see coming. Including this wonderful car chase scene. Oi, oi, oi! And you're just sitting in the theater wondering, I mean, how did two completely unknown directors who directed frickin' comedy shows could come up with such a great sequence? And again, there's that score again. Oh, seriously? How could you possibly miss him like that? Or that? Oh, I love this part. Again, I was not expecting this at all. Boom! Again, you can't see this coming! Okay, when everything else fails, send the big guy. Because he's the only one who can actually get the job done. And I also love how they set up the Winter Soldier. Because unless you read the comics, you don't know who he is. He just shows up out of nowhere, kicking all kinds of ass. And look, Nick Fury brought his lightsaber. And I mean, again, especially if you don't know the comics, when the reveal comes and you realize who this guy is, it leaves you floored. A nice little...
My aunt, she's kind of an insomniac.
Yeah. I wonder who your aunt really is, by the way.
If you want, you're welcome to use my machine. Might be cheaper than one basement.
It's a nice little interaction between these two, and you get a nice introduction of this character. Peggy Peggy Carter. Sharon Carter.
My scrubs in your machine. I just finished irritation and the infection.
Well, keep my distance.
Hopefully not too far. Oh, and I think you left your screw.
And, you know, they pretty much already introduced her in the little conversation that Steve and Natasha had a few minutes ago on that boat. And Captain America is really the smartest guy around. I mean, he hears music inside. He knows he didn't leave the radio on. So he climbs in through the window. And of course he's carrying that shield around like I used to carry my rifle when I was a soldier back in the day. Just casually walk around in the streets with a weapon. I don't need one.
You really think I need one? My wife didn't know you were married. A lot of things you don't know. No. That's the problem.
Yee.
I'm sorry to have to do this, but I had no place else to crash.
And I love this scene as well because they're able to transfer information to each other discreetly. This really is a spy movie.
My friend, is that what we are? That's up to you. Don't trust anyone.
Does that include Natasha? Or her?
I'm Agent 13 of SHIELD Special Service. I'm assigned to protect you.
By the way, Agent 13 was introduced in the same comic that MODOK was introduced. You guys remember MODOK from my Iron Man 3 commentary? You should. The leader of AIM, floating head on a chair with little arms and legs. Look at this! I mean, that's an achievement in directing! Look at... That's awesome! I mean, you throw the shield at him, and he just catches it! And they kind of redid that with Thor, when he threw his hammer at Hela, and she just caught it. But that's a completely different story altogether. It's got a metal arm. You have a metal arm? That's awesome, dude! Just quoting Spider-Man, because everyone should. Why is she wearing a skirt? Since when is that proper shield attire? Zip! Now, some people like to argue that they actually gave a spoiler for this death scene in the trailers. I can make the argument that if you rewatch those trailers, they never really show you who died. Because they covered him up with that white blanket. You don't see that it's Fury. You could guess, obviously, but technically, there's no way of you could know that it really is him, you know.
Natasha. Why was Fury in your apartment?
I don't know.
Dad, they want you back at you. Yeah, give me a second. They want you now. Okay.
You're a terrible liar.
She is not wrong. Damn, that upper torso.
Let's go. Strike, move it out.
Strike, that's the name of the strike team. Now, this, I mean, he's really just putting a lot of faith into 2 or 3 people not buying Hubba Bubba. And technically speaking, was that positive product placement or was it not? Shows you just how not so many people buy Hubba Bubba.
ELN rebels took the embassy. Security got me out. But the rebels took hostages. Nick was deputy chief of the SHIELD station there. And he comes to me with a plan. He wants to storm the building through the sewers. I said, no, we'll negotiate. Turned out the ELN did negotiate, so they put out a kill order. They stormed the basement. What do they find? They find it empty. Nick had ignored my direct order and he carried out an unauthorized military operation on foreign soil. He saved the lives of a dozen political officers, including my daughter.
So, was that a good thing?
At any cost to regret. Captain, why was Nick in your apartment last night?
I don't know.
You know, it was both. I did. Because Nick told me. He told you he was the one who wrote it? Want you to see something.
Again, with the whole don't trust anyone.
Yeah, they picked him up last night in a not-so-safe house in Algiers. He's saying he's a suspect? Assassination is Batroc law. No, it's more complicated than that. Batroc was hired anonymously to attack the Lemurian star. He was contacted by email and paid by wire transfer. And then the money was run through 17 fictitious accounts. The last one going to a holding company who was registered to a Jacob Beach. Am I supposed to know who that is? Not likely. Beach died 6 years ago. His last address was 1435 Elmhurst Drive. When I first met Nick, his mother lived at 1437.
Coincidence, maybe?
Are you saying Fury hired the pirates? Why? Was the prevailing theory? Was that the hijacking was a cover for the acquisition and sale of classified intelligence? Sale went sour and then led to Nick's death.
Yep.
Why do you think we're talking? Yeah, I took a seat on the council not because I wanted to, but because Nick asked me.
By the way, the entire window is all green screen. And Robert Redford was shocked when they told him to just act this scene. They said, oh, we're going to just CGI a city over there. Just stand over there and look to the horizon. How are you supposed to do that?
Those people that call you dirty because you got the guts to stick your hands in the
see Nick alive. I don't think that's an accident.
Hmm.
And I don't think you do either.
So I'm going to ask again. Why was he there?
His wife kicked him out.
Trust him.
I wonder if that included him.
Again, spy movie mentality.
Those were his last words.
I just need to pick up my shield.
Somebody murdered my friend. I'm going to find out why.
And who?
Anyone gets in my way, they're going to regret it.
Anyone?
Was that a threat?
Understood.
Now, he's on the top floor now.
Operations control.
Watch what happens when he's going down.
Forensics.
I love this scene as well.
Evidence response found some fibers on the roof they want us to see. You want me to get the TAC team ready? No, let's wait and see what it is first. Right.
I love it. He's just catching all this information just by looking at these people. He's noticing that they're all sweaty and nervous, and hands on their guns, and, you know, keeping their weapons close.
Sorry about what happened with Fury. Messed up what happened to him. Thank you.
Making casual conversations, trying to ignore the elephant in the room. I love this! Nobody gets the drop on Cap. You know, of course, you know, they're bringing in the big guns now. But that ain't gonna work. He already knows what's going on. He's just waiting for the right moment. And here it is.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Yep, they're onto you. I mean, he's onto you. Split-second decisions. That's the ticket. Magnet. Oh, no, you don't. I'm Captain America. You can't do that to me. Flip. Somehow that glass doesn't break. Ah. Not gonna work.
Mobilized strike units 26 floor.
Even with one hand tied behind his back, literally. He's still kicking all the asses. And again, you know, oof. Flip! Damn! That's a man! Again, like I was saying, you know, maintaining all this action in such a confined space. Ah, okay. Yeah, I can make it. Whee! Bang! By the way, a bit of a subtle nod. He's got little shield symbols on his shoulders, as opposed to, you know, the the wings shoulders he had in the previous iteration of the costume. And in the next movie, which is Avengers Age of Ultron, he's got the Avenger logos on the on his shoulders. Just to show you A, where his allegiance is, and B, the progression of his character. Whee! Whoa! Boom, boom! Nobody can throw a shield better than Captain America. Except maybe Hawkeye.
Eyes here. Whatever your op is, bury it. This is level 1. Contact DOT. All traffic lights in the district go red. Shut all runways at BWI, IAD, and Reagan. All security cameras in the city go through this monitor right here. Scan all open sources, phones, computers, PDAs, whatever.
Do people still use PDAs?
With all due respect, if S.H.I.E.L.D. is conducting a manhunt for Captain America, we deserve to know why.
No, we don't.
Because he lied to us. Captain Rogers has information regarding the death of Director Fury. He refused to share it. Difficult as this is,
Especially with you.
Captain America is the fugitive from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Is it S.H.I.E.L.D. that's after him, though? I guess more people like Hubba Bubba than you thought. Especially she. I mean her, sorry. What the hell?
Where did you get it? Why would I tell you? Fury gave it to you. Why?
What's on it?
I don't know.
Stop lying.
I only act like I know everything, Rogers.
It's working.
Thinking Fury hired the pirates, didn't you?
All makes sense. The ship was dirty. Fury needed a way in. So do you.
I'm not going to ask you again.
I'm gonna put the squeeze on you.
Most of the intelligence community doesn't believe he exists. The ones that do call him
The Winter Soldier.
He's credited with over 2 dozen assassinations in the last 50 years.
So it's a ghost story.
5 years ago, I was escorting a nuclear engineer out of Iran. Somebody shot out my tires near Odessa. We lost control, and straight over a cliff, I pulled us out. But the Winter Soldier was there. I was covering my engineer, so he shot him straight through me.
Yeesh.
Soviet slug, no rifling. Bye-bye bikinis.
Yeah, I bet you look terrible in that.
So was she actually going to the beach before that?
Tried. Like you said, he's a ghost story.
Let's find out what the ghost wants.
And what a great name to a character. The Winter Soldier.
Reasonable person that would make him martyr, not a traitor.
You know what makes him a traitor? Hiring a mercenary to hijack his own ship.
Nick Fury used your friendship to coerce this council into delaying Project Insight. A project he knew would expose his own illegal operations. At best, he lied to you. But worse.
Are you calling for my resignation? I've got a pen and paper right here.
That discussion can be tabled for
It's
next
funny that Gideon Malik isn't on this council all of a sudden.
We've already had it, Mr. Secretary.
He was... I mean, in the Avengers, it kind of looked like he was leading it.
Project Insight. You want to say something snappy? Now would be a good time.
Snap.
First rule of going on the run is don't run, walk.
If I'm running these shoes, they're going to fall off.
The Drive has a level 6 homing program, so
I love that she's also teaching him how to
where we are.
be incognito.
About 9 minutes from
No.
now.
And of course, he does pretty much go under after Civil War.
Drive is protected by some sort of AI.
So he must have learned something.
The person who developed this is slightly smarter than me. Slightly. shield developed to track hostile malware, so if we can't read the file, maybe we can find out where it came from.
Can I help you guys with anything?
Oh, no, my fiance was just helping with some honeymoon destinations.
Right. We're getting married.
Congratulations.
Now,
You guys thinking about going?
I'm not sure about this, but I think this guy is actually
I have the exact same.
Wow, you two are practically twins.
Either Ed Brubaker or you know, one of the comic book writers who helped create the Winter Soldier. I'm not sure about this, but I gotta look it up again.
You know?
I used to. Let's go. Take a tag team.
It's probably gonna be in the credits. I'll check it out later.
They make us engage with the Southwest Clear and the Metro.
Shut up and put your arm around me. Laugh at something I said. What? Do it.
Negative at the source.
Give me a floor rundown.
Negative on 3.
Negative on 2.
Snake the upper levels. Work down to me.
Kiss me. What? Public displays of affection make people very uncomfortable.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, but even then,
Uncomfortable?
her hair is like a lighthouse in the dark.
Where did Captain America learn how to steal a car?
Nazi Germany.
Pretty sure cars were a lot different back then.
Alright,
I never understood the idea of putting your feet on the dashboard.
I feel like you don't answer it.
It looks
Kind of answering.
probably very uncomfortable.
First kiss since 1945.
Not bad, huh?
I didn't say that.
Well, it kind of sounds like that's what you're saying.
No, I didn't. I just wondered how much practice you had.
You don't need practice.
Everybody needs
It
practice.
was not my first kiss since 1945. I'm 95, I'm not dead.
Nobody special?
Believe it or not,
So,
it's hard to find someone.
did he have someone?
Alright, just make something up.
Well, like you.
I don't know. The truth is a matter of circumstances. Not all things tell people all the time. Never know.
Again, another great interaction between these two guys about the same subject in a car.
You know, it's kind of hard to trust someone when you don't know that someone really is.
Yeah. Who do you want me to be?
How about a friend?
Let's start with that.
There's
By the way,
be in the wrong business.
in the comics, she had a very intimate relationship with the Winter Soldier before she knew who he was. But then again, in the comics, the Winter Soldier was a Russian agent, not a Hydra agent. Of course, they had to change it because, you know, in the 40s, the Germans were the biggest enemy in the world. Then, you know, in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, you know, it was the Russians. Things change, and even in the early 2000s, when the Winter Soldier was introduced, they introduced him as a Soviet weapon. And again, this scene from the first movie. Such a great callback. Of course, that's not how the scene played out, but still.
Whoever wrote the file must use a router to throw people off.
Hmm.
What is it?
Army regulations forbid storing munitions within 500 yards of the barracks. This building's in the wrong place.
How do you know it's ammunition? It took him literally 50 times to hit that lock properly. You have to watch the bloopers for this movie. Seriously. He tries like 400 times. Bam, bam, bam. He starts crying at one point because he can't break the stupid lock. Seriously, after this, go watch the bloopers for Captain America the Winter Soldier. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. And when he finally actually does break it, he goes out, yeah, I did it! I can't watch this scene without laughing. Yep. And Peggy. Someone I used to know. And there's Colonel Phillips. By the way, it's probably inconsequential, but do yourselves a favor and watch the Agent Carter TV show. It was really good, and it really sets up a lot of things in the background of the MCU.
Why do you need to hide the elevator?
I also love this technology. Perfect for hacking. By the way, brilliant idea. Brilliant! And you'll know what I'm talking about in just a second.
This can't be the data point. This technology is ancient.
It's only 1970s computers. It's not that ancient. That's when my head went, what? What the hell's going on out there? Shall we play a game? I love that reference. And BAM! I mean, when I saw this in the theater, I was like, Arnim Zola? Fräulein. 45. Because
Arnim Zola was a German scientist who worked for the Red Skull. He's been dead for years.
and in the comics, he preserved he prolonged his life by putting his consciousness inside a robot. Of course, that wouldn't work in a live-action movie, so they found a way to go around it. Gee. Yuck.
Operation Paperclip after World War II, Shield recruited German scientists with strategic value.
So they thought.
Hydra died with the Red Skull.
No, it didn't. Two more shall take its place. I love the visual aid. By the way, all these computers are also computer monitors with the green screen on it. They're just talking to a bunch of green. Willingly.
After the war, SHIELD was founded, and I was recruited.
And this visual aid also explains you everything you need to know about SHIELD and Hydra. Inside the SHIELD.
Hydra has been secretly feeding crisis, weeping war. And when history did not cooperate, history was changed.
That's impossible. Shield would have stopped you.
Nope.
Accidents will happen.
As we've learned in the next movie.
The world so chaotic that you
to sacrifice its freedom to gain its security. Once security
And technically, they're right!
complete, Hydra's new world order will arise. We won, Captain. Your death amounts to the same as your life. A zero sum.
Shut up! As I was saying,
What's on this drive?
Project Insight requires insight. So
Yes.
I wrote
an algorithm.
What kind of algorithm? What does it do?
The answer to your question is fascinating. Unfortunately, you shall be too dead
Did to see it. Not fast enough.
Steve, we got a bogey. Short range ballistic. 30 seconds tops.
Who fired it?
Shield.
I am afraid I have been stalling, Captain.
Captain.
Admit it,
But
it's better this way.
he's been stalling by
Out of time.
telling them the entire plan? And technically they're bombing a bunker. So... Yep, he's strong enough to do that. Whoa, that shield needs some serious cleanup. I wonder if they got the name Shield because of the shield. And that's an interesting theory. No body.
Call in the asset.
You can kind of see his face, but you still don't know who it is yet, unless you read the comics.
Do you need anything before I leave?
No, it's fine. Renata, you can go home.
Renata?
Okay, night.
Good night. Want some milk?
Guess not.
The timetable is moved. Our window is limited. Two targets, level 6. They already cost me Zola. I want confirmed death in 10 hours.
Sorry, Mr. Pierce.
He's not talking much.
Forgot my phone.
Yeah, I've been there. But not as much as you're going to.
Wish you would have knocked.
Now you have to get yourself a new maid. On your left! And somehow he knows where he lives all of a sudden.
Hey, man. Sorry about this. We need a place to lay low.
Everyone we know is trying to kill us.
You know, if you did say don't trust anyone, I'm pretty sure that doesn't extend to, you know, just random people you meet while running. And honestly, people you meet on the gym, or, you know, sometimes they can be better than some of your friends. Really. And oh my goodness, that body.
When I first joined SHIELD, I thought I was going straight.
after the KGB.
I guess I just traded in the KGB for Hydra.
You didn't know about it though.
I thought I knew as I was telling. I guess I can't tell the difference anymore.
Oh shit. Hold on. Much better.
If it was the other way around, and it was down to me to save your life, be honest with me. Do you trust me to do it?
Well, we fought aliens together.
Well, he seems
Well,
pretty chipper for someone who
he's-
said that they died for nothing.
He's always... You did say he's a bad liar.
Having breakfast. You guys eat that sort of thing.
So the question is, who at S.H.I.E.L.D. could launch a domestic missile strike?
Pierce.
Who happens to be sitting on top of the most secure building in the world?
Not
Oh.
working alone. Zola's algorithm was on the Lumerian star.
So is Jasper Sitwell.
Doesn't sit well with me. I'm sorry.
So the real question is, how did the two most wanted people in Washington kidnap a S.H.I.E.L.D. officer in broad daylight? The answer is, we don't. What's this? Call it a resume.
To joining the Avengers, perhaps?
Is this Babylon? Khalid Kandil mission. Who was you? I didn't say it was a pararescue.
Is this right?
Heard they couldn't bring in the choppers because of the RPGs. What'd you use a stealth shoot?
No. Please.
Oh, yes.
I thought you said you were a pilot. I never say a pilot. I can't ask you to do this.
Technically, he said a paratroop.
Dude, Captain America needs my help. There's no better reason to get back in. Where can we get our hands on one of these things? The last one is at Fort Meade, behind 3 guarded gates and a 12-inch steel wall.
Easy.
Shouldn't be a problem.
The Falcon! Oh, there's that senator guy again. Now, just so you know, in the comics, Falcon was some Wakandan guy that Steve met on a deserted island after he was transformed into the Red Skull. It's a long story, but he swapped bodies with the Red Skull and stranded on some island, and hold on. And he found Sam Wilson there, and he helped him escape. And he had a literal falcon called Red Wing. And of course, years later, Black Panther helped him. He built his wings for him. But that's a whole other story. You know, comics are complicated. Don't worry about it.
Who is this? The good-looking guy in the sunglasses. You're 10 o'clock.
Your other 10 o'clock.
Your other 10 o'clock.
How do you even tell a 10 o'clock which direction?
What do you want? You're going to go around the corner to your right. There's a gray car 2 spaces down. You and I are going to take a ride.
And why would I do that?
Because that tie looks really expensive. And I'd hate to mess it up.
Technically, you don't even need a gun for that. You just need, you know, one of those laser things that you used to play with cats.
Tell me about Zola's algorithm. Never heard of it. What were you doing on the Lumerian star? I was throwing up. I get seasick.
Hi.
Is this little display meant to insinuate that you can throw me off the roof? Because it's really not just style, Rogers.
Oh, really? You're right.
It's hers.
Geek! And you're still talking about dating.
Lip piercing, right?
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah. I'm not ready for that.
The lip piercing. Woo! And the Falcon looks awesome! Stephen Strange is getting a name drop in this movie! Seriously! Then again, why would a perfectly normal surgeon like Stephen Strange be a threat to Hydra at this point? But I still love that they actually threw in the name Stephen Strange in there.
Medical history, voting patterns, emails, phone calls, and SAT scores. Zola's algorithm evaluates people's past. Predict their future.
Okay, I get that. I can see why Stephen Strange would be a potential threat to Hydra.
What then? Then the inside helicarrier
I still remember that when I was sitting in the theater, I was like, Stephen Strange, what? And everyone was looking at me like, well, who's Stephen Strange? Why is he so jumpy, this guy? And I was like, it's Stephen Strange, it's Stephen Strange.
Since launching this, getting in the sequence.
No, we recently bypassed the DNA scans and access the helicarriers directly.
What? Are you crazy? That is a terrible, terrible idea.
Whee! Splat! Well, can't use him now. Oh, hi. Yeah, I can't get rid of him that easy. No. These Hydra folks, couldn't they, at the very least, you know, give him a shave or cut his hair every once in a while? By the way, that star on his shoulder has nothing to do with Hydra, but it's because, like I said, in the comics, it was a Soviet weapon, and nothing says more Soviet weapon than a red star, right? Yee! Yeah, Sam should be dead by now. Or at least splattered all over the road. Whee! Speaking of people who should be dead, he captured at least be bleeding at this point. And like I said about the star, it, you know, later we found out that Hydra was actually pretty much everything evil in the world, including the Soviet Union. Well, evil from a certain point of view. Yeah, here, take my weapon. Uh-huh, yeah, okay. You broke my glasses! Wow, this guy has eyes now! But I'm not taking off the glasses. It's like, you know, getting punched, you know, bleeding, and then he's like licking the blood and smiling about it. You know, that sort of thing. Oh, we can talk. The makeup on his hand is awesome. If it really is makeup, I don't know. It could be CGI. You know, in these days, who can tell, right? That's how you know the effects budget on this movie really just went through the roof. Ay, ay, ay! Whee! My gun! Dude, you can't shoot vibranium! So stop trying! Smash! Boom! Again, I feel like I should have said this by now, but what a great action scene! Just one of many great action scenes in this movie. And what a smart idea. See? Very smart idea. Bait and switch. He's strong. I mean, ex-actor got really jacked for the role. Oh. Oy, oy, oy! Well, you can't use that playback trick again. Oh, no, you don't. Oof. Whee. Skabaf. And give us with the shield, right? Oh. Woohoo! And again, another amazing fight between two guys on a road. Woo. With a knife, especially. Just look at all this fast-paced action. Kick! Boom! Nice! That's not fair. Look! Whoosh. Slice. Smash your head in. Ouch! Flip! Now here's the money moment. BAM! Bucky? Who the hell is Bucky? Kick! Even my mom, when she saw that she was like, Bucky? And of course I knew that from the start. And she was like, Bucky? And I'm, yep, Bucky. Yeah. I wasn't surprised at all. Now, to non-comic book fans, this was another great twist. Another thing they didn't see coming. And he's still thinking about that Bucky moment. He can't really think straight. There's witnesses. I think it calls back to that famous moment in the previous movie. Yeesh. Well, you know, Stephen Strange. Zap, 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 zap! Why the hell did she wait that long to do that? All the more reason to do this earlier. Of course, we've seen that technology being used earlier in the movie. A random, spy hiding place. And that is the director of the movie. Well, one of them anyway. I believe that's Joe Russo. This movie is directed by two brothers, Joe and Anthony Russo. I believe that's Joe.
Lacerated spinal column, cracked sternum, shattered collarbone, perforated liver.
Yeah, he's reminding him some lines that he forgot because he's still a director. So technically speaking, the director brought one of the characters back from the dead.
Any attempt on the director's life had to look successful.
Okay, if you already did it. Besides, I wasn't sure who it was.
Now you are. I love the effects of the connection between the metal arm and his shoulder. Look, he lost an arm. So another guy in these movies loses an arm for some reason. Like I said. They kept freezing him so he wouldn't age. And they brainwashed him every once in a while.
Sir? He's unstable. Erratic.
Mission report.
December 16, 1999. No, that's a different movie. Who's Bucky? Oh yeah, right. Nobody of consequence. Wait, so this one was taking place during a week?
You shake the sentry. And I need you to do it one more time. Society's at a tipping point between order and chaos. Tomorrow morning we're going to give it a push. But if you don't do your part, I can't do mine. There's world freedom.
I wonder how many years has Alexander Pierce oversaw this project.
He's been out of cryo for just too long.
Then wipe him and start over.
You can't keep doing this forever. Sooner or later, his brain's gonna fight back. Well, he can scream okay.
This man declined the Nobel Peace Prize. He said peace wasn't an achievement, it was a responsibility.
Stop the launch.
I don't think the council's accepting my calls anymore. What's that?
Once the helicarriers reach 3,000 feet, they'll triangulate with InSight satellites, becoming fully weaponized.
We need to breach those carriers and replace their targeting blades with our own.
One or two won't cut it. We need to link all 3 carriers for this to work. Because if even one of those ships remains operational, a whole lot of people are going to die.
We have to assume everyone aboard those carriers is Hydra. To get past them, insert these server blades, and maybe, just maybe, we can salvage what's
We're not salvaging anything. We're not just taking down the carriers, Nick. We're taking down S.H.I.E.L.D.
S.H.I.E.L.D. had nothing to do with it.
You gave me this mission. This is how it ends. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s been compromised. You said so yourself. Hydra grew right under your nose and nobody noticed.
I didn't think we're meeting in this cave. I noticed.
How many paid the price before you did?
He's got a point.
I didn't know about Barnes.
Even if you had, would you have told me? Or would you compartmentalize that too? S.H.I.E.L.D., Hydra. It all goes.
That's right.
Everybody's winning.
I do what he does, just slower.
And flyer.
Well, looks like you're giving the orders now, Captain.
Yep.
Folks wanted to get out of the cemetery. I know, sorry.
So I love this flashback scene as well.
How was it? It's okay. She's next to Dad.
They're coming back from Steve's mom's
I was gonna ask.
funeral.
No, you're gonna say about it. Look like the couch cushions on the floor like when we were kids. It'll be fine. All you gotta do is shine my shoes, maybe take out the trash. Come on.
Thank you, Buck. But I can get by on my own.
For now.
Thing is, you don't have to. I'm with you to the end of the line, pal.
I just love how good friends they really are.
I know. Whoever he used to be, the guy he is now, I don't think he's the kind you save. He's the kind you stop.
I'm not ready to do that.
He might not give you a choice. He doesn't know you.
You will.
We'll force him to.
You're up. It's time.
You gonna wear that?
Now, if you're gonna fight a war, you gotta wear a uniform.
Oh, and I love this scene. I love this scene. I love that they're actually creating an entire scene just for Stan Lee. Giving him something to do. By the way, notice that Nick Fury and Natasha aren't in that party.
We are go on guidance.
And how was your flight?
Lovely. Arrived from the airport less so.
Sadly, S.H.I.E.L.D. can't control everything. Including Captain America.
Oh, shut up.
This facility is biometrically controlled. These will give you unrestricted access.
Yeah, yeah.
Negative DT6, the pattern is full.
Oh, it's the guy from Community. The TV show that the Russo brothers worked on before they got to work on this movie. I am Captain America.
Excuse me. Hasn't exactly been smooth. And some of you would have gladly kicked me out of the car along the way. Finally, we're here. And the world should be grateful. not what we thought it was. It's been taken over by Hydra.
Alexander Pierce is their leader. The Strike and Insight crew are Hydra as well.
I don't know how many more. I know they're in the building.
Somewhere.
They could be standing right next to you. They almost have what they want. Absolute control.
They shot Nick Fury. And it won't end there. If you launch those helicarriers today, Hydra will be able to kill anyone that stands in their way. Unless we stop them. I know I'm asking a lot. The price of freedom's high. It always has been. And it's a price I'm willing to pay.
How about you?
And if I'm the only one, then so be it. But I'm willing to bet I'm not.
I guess super speeches is one of his powers.
Down first. Listen off the top of your head. You smug son of a bitch.
You can talk.
Resting? I guess I've got the floor.
Preempt the launch sequence. Send those ships up now. Is there a problem? Is there a problem?
Sorry, sir.
Captain America told me not to.
I'm not going to launch those ships. Captain's orders. Move away from your station.
Like he said. Captain's orders.
You picked the wrong side, Agent.
Hey! They actually built 3 giant parking lots for these things. You know, technically, if he hadn't made that speech, he'd still have 2 hours left to disable these things.
You're initiating launch.
But I will say this though: the changing of the uniform is symbolic, because the old one, the stealth suit, was the one that SHIELD made for him, with the SHIELD logos on the shoulders. Now, during this, they're shooting at you, they're bad. This just shows you where his allegiance lies. Not to SHIELD, but to America. Man, that guy can run! Whee! Some more great action from the Russo brothers, by the way. Boom! What? Anti-aircraft guns.
Let me ask you a question. What if Pakistan marched into Mumbai tomorrow? You knew that they were going to drag your daughters into a soccer stadium for execution.
Champagne.
You can just stop. Look at this switch. We do. You all?
Well, I don't live in Mumbai, so I don't know. Oh, no, you don't. By the way, if you couldn't already tell, that definitely isn't a woman in her 50s or whatever.
I'm sorry. Did I step on your mom?
Satellites in range at 3,000 feet.
Falcon, status?
And oh, I was gonna say something there, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, did they not notice that she wasn't quite as short as she was supposed to be, or you know, some real world problems or something?
Alright, Cap, I'm in.
Yee! Yeah, keep shooting your own ship. That'll work. Whee! No, you don't. And neither you. Whee! Bong!
Working on it.
What are you doing? She's disabling security protocols, dumping all the secrets onto the internet.
Including hydras.
And shields. If you do this, none of your past is going to remain hidden.
All of it.
Are you sure you're ready for the world to see you? That you really are?
About damn time. And he knows exactly which one to replace?
Falcon, where are you now?
Come on, shoot the glass. Come on. You stupid plane. Yee! Still can't hit a flying man. I mean, that's gotta be difficult, right? Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. That's how it's done. And it's always the last one that's going to be the real problem. And now he's got none. Well, I guess there's no need to the secrecy anymore, so you don't really need the mask. And technically they broke and he had to leave him lying on the road. I mean, this guy is just amazing. Again, it's a callback to the previous movie where the Hydra soldier fell into the propellers. .42, because why not?
Disabling the encryption is an executive order. It takes 2 Alpha level members.
Don't worry. Company's coming.
BAM! Fury's walking like a boss. Like he literally owns the place. So I wonder, if Nick Fury is the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., then what exactly is Alexander Pierce's job?
Why make me head of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
ruthless person I ever met. I did what I did to protect him. Our enemies are your enemies.
Let's see what he did back in the 90s in the Captain Marvel movie.
Just a matter of time before a dirty bomb goes off in Moscow or an EMP fries Chicago. Diplomacy, holding action. And you know where
Shut up already.
you didn't ask, you just did what had to be done. I can bring order to the lives of 7 billion people by sacrificing 20 million. It's the next step, Nick. You have the courage to take it. No.
The means never justify the ends in these situations.
Retinal scanner active.
I don't think we wiped your clearance from the system.
I know you erased my password. Probably deleted my retinal scan. But if you want to stay ahead of me, Mr. Secretary.
You gotta keep your both eyes open. Damn!
Alpha level confirmed. Encryption code accepted. Safeguards removed.
Charlie carrier's 45 degrees off the port valve.
I really hope in the Captain Marvel movie we'll get to see what happened to his other eye.
6 minutes.
Hey, Sam! Give me a ride! Roger! Let me know when you're ready! I got it in!
Whee! Lift! Doesn't he ever lose oxygen in this way?
You're a lot heavier than you look. Big breakfast.
Whee! Come here, you! Zreek! I love the way he's working those Uzis. What? Well, there goes that. Whee! And of course he's got a parachute. Because why not? Yeah, he survived that.
Where are you? I'm crouched. The pursuit's down. Sorry, Ken. Don't worry, I got it.
Run! Panic and run! Panic and run! Steve.
Repeat dispatch. Headed up.
Falcon?
Yeah,
Redlow's headed for the council.
I'm on it.
Why take your time? Oh yeah, that's why. I forgot. Sorry.
People are gonna die.
There's a Bucky in the way.
Can't let that happen. Please don't make me do this.
Very well. Nice. Hey. Whoosh. Whoosh. Yeah. Yeah, that arm is made of metal, by the way. Ouch! Go away! Whee! Ouch! The mine! Ah! Ouch! Yee!
Done. And it's trending.
And you waited waited till now to do this?
Unless you want a 2-inch hole in your sternum, I put that gun down.
Yeah, if you were smart, you would have done that by now.
That was armed the moment you pinned it on.
But, you know, it would be a shame to ruin such a perfect breast. I'm just saying. Ouch! Yeah, I'm just quoting the Princess Bride. Ow! Ouch! And again, it's still a wonderful fight scene. Oh, no, you don't. Give it up. Give it up. Ah! Ha, ha! Oh, no, you don't. Eesh. You should have used his other arm to break that thing. Smash! Kaboof! Ouch. He's got a cross on his got a cross on his front because his name in the comics is Crossbones, so that's kind of par for the course.
1 minute.
Oy, oy, oy. Whoop. Ah! Wonderful aim, but you could have shot him in the head by now. Then again, he is a fast healer. Blah.
30 seconds, Cap.
Ah! Isn't he already out of bullets by now?
We've reached 3,000 feet.
Hee.
Satellite coming online now. Deploy algorithm.
Here he goes.
We are good target.
Yeah. The White House. The Pentagon. Avengers Tower, by the way. They changed the logo from Stark Tower. Don't be ready! And of course it had to come to the last second. Bzz.
Where are the targets? Where are the targets?
Okay, Cap, get out of there.
In a minute. There's your target. Before anything else happens. Ah! Blackie! Yeah, your waste.
Time to go, Councilwoman. This way. Come on. You're gonna fly me out of here.
No? That was the time I would have taken a bullet for you.
You already did. You'll again when it's you.
Now it's your turn to take the bullets. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a bat flying around here. Not inside the house, but, you know, just outside the window. At least now you know what it feels like. By the way, those weapons she's using, it's called Widow's Sting. So, it's only natural to be stinging. You know, people look at these movies and say, oh, it's just nothing but effects. You say that like effects are something that's easy to do. Right? Because they're not. Just imagine how hard it is to work on something like this. Three giant flying aircraft carriers shooting at each other and crashing into a building. At least his final words would Hail Hydra, I guess. Wish. Who you calling kid? Blood! Not an option! Believe! Look it! Oh, yeah, there he is. Helping his friend out. Oh, seriously? He just saved your life! Well, there goes the Triskelion, I guess. Bluch! There goes that engine. Whee! Whee! There goes the shield. Oh! 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 Ah! Enough already! Get to the end of the line. They called back that line. Damn, that's a great movie. The funny thing is, I keep forgetting how awesome it is, but I mean, wow. The first one's still my favorite, but not by much. And, you know, to say nothing of the third one, whoosh. I think Captain America has the best trilogy in the MCU. I think an argument could be made for the best superhero trilogy ever. I mean, yeah, Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy is a bit uneven. And to be honest, I'm not really that much of a fan of those movies. in any way, shape, or form. Odd thing is, my favorite one is the third one, but still. Yeah, Captain America is my favorite superhero trilogy. My second favorite trilogy is probably the Thor trilogy. Because, you know what, I'm not that big on the first one, but the second and third one are so good. However, a week and a half from now, maybe my favorite superhero trilogy will be the Avengers trilogy. Who knows? Then again, I'm not that big of a fan of the first Avengers. But, so that's still debatable. On your left. And still, they called back the beginning of the movie with the song he recommended to him. And, you know, the on your left thing. Now, here's an odd thing. Why does she have to go through shooting classes? I mean, she's already a well-established S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Of course, you know, Agent Hill goes to work for Stark. That's kind of what happened in the comics, but in a very different and complicated way. Of course, that a-hole's getting arrested. And guess what? This guy actually survived. I have no idea how. But that's a setup for the next movie. Which is, again, another thing the Captain America trilogy does so well. It's one of the benefits of, you know, having the same directors transfer over. Not from the first one to the second one, but from the second to the third.
I don't know what there is left for him to say. I think the rock in the middle of the Potomac made his point fairly eloquently.
Well, he could explain how this country is expected to maintain its national security now that he and you have laid waste to our intelligence apparatus.
Hydra was telling me lies, not intelligence.
Yep.
Which you seem to have had a personal hand in telling.
Agent, you should know that there are some...
Yeah, but she only told the good lies.
Given your service record, both for this country and against it, that you belong in a penitentiary, not mouthing off on Capitol Hill.
Hmm.
You're not going to put me in a prison. You're not going to put any of us in a prison.
Or the Avengers.
Do enlighten us.
Because
Because you need us.
Yes, the world is a vulnerable place. And yes, we all make it that way. But we're also the ones best qualified to defend it. So if you want to arrest me, arrest me.
Go ahead.
You'll know where to find me.
I'm right here. Bam! Mic drop! Another Zippo commercial. Well, that's it for S.H.I.E.L.D., I guess. You know, I kind of wish S.H.I.E.L.D. would have gone on a little longer before they buried it. Then again, S.H.I.E.L.D. did exist for decades in the comics. Of course, a reference to another movie that Samuel Jackson did. I don't know what.
Something I gotta do first. How about you, Wilson? Could use a man with your ability.
Ability to fly.
All right then.
Thank you.
Anybody ask for me? Tell them they can find me.
Right here.
You should be honored. That's about as close as he gets to saying thank you.
Not going with him?
No.
Not staying here.
I blew all my covers. I gotta go figure out who.
It might take a while.
I'm counting on it.
I love that jacket.
That thing you asked for. Calling a few favors from Jeff.
Huh. How can I get one of those man jackets? Not that I would ever wear one. I'm too lame to wear one of these, but damn, that looks good. Really? That's about as close as she's ever gonna get to being honest with someone.
Might not want to pull on that thread.
Sergeant James Barnes.
You don't have to. You don't have to come with me. I know.
But I wanna.
When do we start?
Directed by Anthony and Joe Russo. Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, the magnificent screenwriters. I believe they also wrote the screenplay for the next Captain America movie. I love the duality of that thing. Yeah, I love this score. Forgot how great it was. Hail Hydra. Henry Jackman, I love that these movies at one point decided to just do these little animations at the end of the movies. Looks much better. Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Sebastian Stan, I like that. Anthony Mackie, Kobe Smulders, Frank Grillo, Emily Van Camp, Haley Atwell, Toby Jones, Jenny Agutter, Maximiliano Hernandez. Whoa, too many names. Wait a minute. With Robert Redford as Alexander Pierce and Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, Marvel Studios presents Captain America: The Winter Soldier. And I love this post-credit scene. Perfect setup for the Avengers movie.
Hydra. Shield. Two sides of a coin. That's no longer currency.
Perfect line.
What we have
The Loki Scepter.
is worth more than any of them ever knew. We've only scratched the surface end already. There are other facilities doing Hydra's good work around the world. We'll feed them as Captain America discovered for friends.
The Avengers.
Or sent. What about the volunteers? The dead will be buried so deep their ghosts won't be able to find them. And the survivors?
The twins.
The twins.
I love this so much.
Sooner or later, they will meet the twins. It's not a world of spies anymore.
They're the world of heroes.
This is
The age of miracles, Doctor. There's nothing more horrifying than a miracle. Brilliant scene! Sets up the next Avengers movie perfectly, which is what these scenes should do. And it gives you the introduction to Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch, which are going to be a major, major part in the next movie. Oh. Shows you... I mean, I love this scene so much! Ooh. Hold on. Must have missed his name. The guy from the store. Anyway, I do know for a fact that he worked on the Captain America comics. I'm just not sure who he was. in any case, like I said, this scene shows you that Hydra now has the scepter, and that they've been using it to experiment on people, and the experiments worked on 2 people who are twins and unlocked their genetic potential. Now, it also introduces, of course, Thomas Kirksman playing Baron Wolfgang von Strucker, which is sadly a character that was cut way too short. But I guess he went where the storytellers wanted him to go. And now, going back to the twins for a second, here's a little nugget that you may have known, maybe not. They're actually mutants from the X-Men, and I'll give you one more. They're actually Magneto's children, mostly. It keeps getting a bit retconned every once in a while, but for the most part they've been Magneto's children for the better part of 20, 30 years or something. And thing is, there's a bit of a rights issue with these characters, because these are 2 characters that there are. Oh, look! Just look at the special thanks stuff. I'm not gonna be able to read all of it, but just look at it. So Fox and Disney both own the rights to these characters, so they can both use them in their movies. And obviously Fox used Quicksilver first, kind of, in X-Men Days of the Future Past, and later in X-Men Apocalypse. And then Disney and Marvel used it in, obviously in this movie, and in Avengers Age of Ultron. However, this, by the way, is pure speculation. I don't know this for a fact, but you know, since Quicksilver worked so well on Fox, and since they haven't used Scarlet Witch as of yet, they I can only assume that they decided that Fox can have Quicksilver, and they're just going to use Scarlet Witch, which is why they, spoiler alert, killed him off in Age of Ultron. So yeah, don't know if you knew any of the stuff, or cared, or even stuck around to hear any of it, but it did help get us all the way to the end of the credits, as I can see. Yeah, about a minute left till the second post-credit scene. Wow, my arm is really tired from holding that shield the whole movie. Number 48,919. Slowly edging towards the 49,000. And I also love this scene as well. You're back at the museum, the Captain America exhibit. The wonderful score comes back. And then you see Bucky basically learning about himself, learning who he is and what he should be, which is another perfect setup for Captain America Civil War, which is the next time we meet him. Captain America will return in Avengers Age of Ultron! That's the first time we get the confirmation of that title. Even though it was was already known to the public way long before this movie came out, but still, nice to know. So, I really hope you enjoyed this commentary. I really hope I didn't, bore you too much with my random talks. And I'll see you the next time, which makes me very excited because the next movie is clearly one of the best movies they've done, Guardians of the Galaxy. So, see you then.